We were talking about Suffolk Downs. I have this Beatles poster. Suffolk Downs is closing this year, and it's really a tough one to swallow because Suffolk Downs, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, Suffolk Downs was probably as important as Belmont Park or Santa Anita or Arlington Park. Those were the top three in those days. Saratoga, Suffolk Downs was much more important than Saratoga. It was the place where horsemen wanted to race. And there is so much history there. If you had a good horse, you wanted to run in the Mass Cap. You wanted to run on that track. The track was second to none. It was a fantastic track to run over. They treated you good. The money was unbelievable. The great Dr. Fager ran there, Skip Away. Anybody that had a great horse wanted to run at Suffolk Downs. And to prove my point, I was showing people this poster in my office, and it's the Beatles, August 18th, 1966, at Suffolk Downs Racetrack. This is a legitimate poster. This concert really happened. And the great thing is, to see the Beatles, it was $4.75 or $5.75. My, have we come a long way in 2019. The Beatles, to see them today, would probably be $10,000 a ticket. But anyway, it was such a influential racetrack that even the Beatles chose to play a show there. The Beatles played Shea Stadium. That was a big, influential park here in New York. But the Beatles played Suffolk Downs Racetrack. And the racetrack itself is just a treasure trove of horse racing history. When Richard Fields bought Suffolk Downs Racetrack, he asked Jerry Bailey and I to go up there and help him make a plan for Suffolk. And it was failing. It wasn't working out. But Richard, who owns the Hard Rock Casino in Florida, he felt certain that when the casinos were awarded, he would get one for Suffolk Downs, and he'd be bringing that track back to its old glory. And the track, we came up with a game plan to bring racing back to Suffolk, and it worked. It worked for a year and a half, 2 years. But when the casinos chose Steve Wynn over Richard Fields and Suffolk Downs, the gaming commission that pushed Suffolk Downs out pretty much knew that Suffolk Downs could not live and survive on its own. First of all, the land there is worth a ton. It's right. It's got a railroad that goes right up to it. It's right in the heart of the financial district and all the factories that are there. It's right in the heart of downtown Boston. So Suffolk Downs could never, as a racetrack, sustain what it cost to keep it going. So when they did not get the casino, that was pretty much a death sentence for Suffolk Downs. But it has more history than any racetrack that I can recall in America. As much history as any of the top racetracks in America. Hialeah, Belmont Park, Saratoga, it was a treasure trove of horse racing history. And it's going to be really sorry and really sad to see Suffolk Downs close. But it is slated for destruction later on this year, and the land is going to be developed. And it could have been saved, but for whatever reason, the government of that state decided we're not going to save it. We're not going to keep it on life support. We're not going to do anything to save Suffolk Downs, and it's really unfortunate because it's a great track. Suffolk Downs is one of my favorite tracks, and it will be surely missed.